You know what? Like most guys his age, my guest in this week's Advance Auto Victory Lap is a weekly series driver running at the Irwindale Speedway, and it has fueled Dean Thompson's passion. It has also honed his craft and provided him with a compass heading that he hopes will eventually propel him to the very top of the NASCAR world. He took the Irwindale track title last season and this year embarks on the next rung of the ladder. He is now driving in the ARCA Menards West Series. Dean joins me now inside the wind tunnel. Gene, so happy to have you with us.
Thank you for inviting me. Good to be here.
All right, let's circle back just a little bit. When did this plan hatch that you could climb up a ladder all the way to the very tippy top and become a Winston Cup driver? To become a NASCAR Cup driver.
Yeah, I wanted to start racing when I was 5 years old. Me and my dad would watch races on Sunday mornings when I was pretty young, watching on the couch. My guy was always Jimmy. His was Dale Jr. And we'd watch him, root for him. And one time, my dad and all the other dads in the neighborhood were sitting around a little campfire in the street, and he pulls me over and he goes, "Hey, like, you want to play sport with the neighborhood kids? Like, you want to play like baseball?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't know." So he goes through all these sports, asking me if I want to play with the neighborhood kids. And I was like, I want to do what we do, like what we're watching on TV on Sunday. I want to go racing. And he goes, "How am I going to get a 5-year-old into a race car?" And so he calls his buddies up and he mentions quarter midgets to him. And quarter midgets, I don't know if anyone knows, but like a go-kart, it's basically a lawnmower, a roll cage, and they go in ovals. And
yeah, that's a great description of it. That's right. And if you're really good at it, you run flat out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I started racing at Orange Show, which is the fastest quarter midget track in America, and they're the 4-second club. Ooh. So I was one of the first members of the 4-second club, and so I was racing quarter midgets all around the country from when I was 5 to 9 years old. And when I was 9 years old, I decided it was a lot because I was racing all across the country. I won the Western brands. And it was a lot to put on a 9-year-old to race every single weekend. So I, in my 9-year-old maturity, decided I didn't want to race anymore. Well, stopped racing, looked for other sports, found hockey, played that for 4 years, played other sports for a couple other years, and fell back in love with racing back in 2018 when my buddy, I don't know if you know him, Cole Custer.
Oh, absolutely.
Was racing Auto Club Speedway in an Xfinity car. And I was just like, we went, and I fell back in love with racing.
And then you embarked upon the journey that took you to Irwindale Raceway. I see behind you, you won the Spears Rookie of the Year award last season in 2020. You also won the Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series track title for Irwindale. It was a pretty productive season for you, was it not?
Oh, for sure. Very productive, but also very busy. We were just go all last season, especially when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
When COVID hit, we weren't doing anything. We weren't sure what to do. And then things started opening up. And then we just raced in every single weekend for months. And it was just jam-packed. Had to get everything out of it. And we prevailed.
What has been, Dean, the toughest lesson or the most difficult lesson for you to learn and the skill to acquire after you went from go-karts and quarter midgets and then hockey and got back in a late model race car?
I think it's patience, honestly. I have ADHD, so I'm always like go. I never really sit down. But I learned to be patient, and I'm a big believer in Christianity, and so I believe God has allowed me to be more patient about things and to not worry too much with the future. I tend to worry about if I'm gonna make it or not, but like I'm being more patient, being more patient while driving, not making a crazy move
Mhm.
one lap into the race, being more patient when the opportunities come, sponsorships, all that kind of things. Just being patient is just, I think, a major, major, major part in racing.
And opportunity came knocking this season. You get the call to move up. Still running at Irwindale when time allows, but now you're part of the circus that is known as the Menards Arca West Series. It's a little bit different race car. It's a little closer to an Xfinity car than a super late model that you're used to wheeling.
Oh yeah, I mean, I out of the 3 cars I drive, a super late model, an Irwindale late model, and an Arca car. Arca car is my favorite by
Why?
far. I mean,
Why?
I don't know. Before I got in an Arca car, my driver coach slash crew chief came up to me and he's like, "I think you're gonna like this car. I think this is gonna fit your driving style, and I think you're gonna like it." Hopped in it for the first time, and I fell in love with it. I mean, just the high horsepower and the heavy car with all the mechanical grip was just, I don't know, it was just so much fun. And I just fell in love with it instantly. I'm so comfortable in it. I never once been like, oh, like gut
Yeah.
wrenching out of the seat. Um, I just feel so comfortable in those cars, and it's so much fun.
That series starts to pick up now that we're in the midst of the summer season. Going to be doing a lot more traveling than you're used to. It harkens back to your time when you were going to the Western Grands and traveling all over the country as a 9-year-old. Are you looking forward to the travel?
Oh, for sure. I can't wait to see the rest of the tracks that we have to offer. Um, I mean, we have Portland in Oregon, so that's coming up. That'll be the same night as the Irwindale Championship. Actually, they just announced. So I'll have to fly from Portland down to
Get
Irwindale.
out. Really?
Yeah, same night, same night.
You're going big time on us.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a really packed day. So we're doing that. We're going to Colorado. We're going to Evergreen. We're also going to Florida. We're running the Snowball Derby.
Wow.
In our super late program.
You realize the Snowball Derby was where Kyle Busch was first exposed to a couple of the drivers that now compete against him on the Cup Series. Have you already began your plotting and scheming and trying to figure out if a Kyle Busch is at that track? There's a lot of Cup guys and Xfinity guys that compete there. How do what do you guys call it now, you youngster? Oh, network with them.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching a ton of Snowball Derby races. Kyle Busch has been part of a couple of them. Big time Xfinity and truck guys have been part of a couple of them, and I'm pretty stoked to be able to race with them. I've raced with Kyle once. He raced a super late at Las Vegas for the Star Nursery 150.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what a super late race is called, with the ARCA race right after. I don't know. But I raced with him there, and he was just he's a wheel man. I got a lot of respect for that guy. He sure does know what he's doing.
Dean, how burning is the desire that you possess to actually make this journey all the way to the top?
I mean, it's everything I want. It's my livelihood. It's everything I do. It's every moment of every day thinking about it. I can't imagine life without it now. I don't know what else I'd do. I love it. I love every moment I have spent with the crew guys in the race car, talking to people like you. I mean, it's just, it's a dream.
It does come at a cost of maybe pursuits and, shall I say, parties and things that kids your age love to do, especially in the summer months. It sounds to me like you were able to square that real quick.
Oh yeah. I mean, racing brings sacrifices. I was fully ready to skip my junior and senior prom for racing. Skip my junior prom for racing, and then senior prom was canceled by COVID, so I didn't really have to skip it. It skipped itself. And then, I mean, just a lot of sacrificing, traveling this much, racing every weekend. But it's a blessing. I love doing it. Couldn't imagine life without it.
Well, look, you've got a good skill set developing, but more importantly, you got a great attitude. And good things come to good people. I wish you the best. And hey, I appreciate your coming by to visit with an old fart like me today on the wind tunnel. You take care, Dean.
Thank you, Jack.